What makes us evolve? What makes evolution possible? And it's not what you think it is. This is Rob Gegner, and I was just watching a documentary from Bruce Lipton, who's written the book, The Biology of Belief. So pretty much at the beginning of time, the very first organism was bacteria. And for billions of years, all there was bacteria. And around them was this film, was the skin of the cell, the skin of this bacteria, which was one-celled organisms, and that would read the environment, and it was an information processor. So depending on the environment, the bacteria would change and evolve. So there reached a point in the evolution of this one-celled bacteria where it couldn't evolve anymore. It was smart as it could be, and it couldn't grow anymore. So it had to figure out a way to adapt. So what it did, it formed a community. So it got together with all these other different bacteria, and guess what? It created a film or a skin to read the environment around these groups of bacteria, and it was called amoeba. And so for another billion years, it was just amoebas, and they had grown and evolved to the point, because you know how you put water inside like a water balloon and you can't put too many, so you can't put too many bacteria in around one skin, because if you do, it'll pop and kill the entire organism. So that's the second time that evolution stopped. You couldn't evolve an amoeba anymore. So what did they have to do? They had to get smart. Amoebas started forming together, creating communities, working together, and doing different jobs. So these amoebas would create a skin around themselves that was sensitive to the environment, and that created organisms. That's when you had fish and mammals, and now you had humans, right? So what are we? But we're a collective community. And now you've got this perfect structure called the human being, and that was again the third time that evolution was stopped. You can't, except for consciously, you can't really evolve the human species anymore, because we've kind of stopped growing in that sense. So now what do we have to do for the third time in history? We have to come together as the working cogs of this greater organism that is being created called humanity. Just that we're not individuals, we are our collective community. We're a collective community of amoebas that have come together to create us. We have 100 trillion cells. Every time I hear someone talking about it, it's always different. 100 trillion cells working together, doing jobs, working like we have these amoebas that are doing cellular respiration. So there's nothing that we can do as humans that cells can't do. So an individual cell has a respiratory system, an excretory system. We all have the same thing. So the point of this video is to say that we all need to start working together, because let the society fall apart because it needs to. The old way of doing things, the old structure that's in place, the government, the financial, all that collapse that's going on right now, don't look at it as a bad thing. It's a necessary thing that needs to fall away. We should be excited to be creating something new. Let's imagine for a second we're inside the body of a caterpillar, and just like human beings, cells act exactly like human beings because we all have the same functions: respiratory, excretory, all that stuff. So right now, let's say the caterpillar is growing and the economy is booming. Everyone has their job as their role. They're making the caterpillar move and live, and they're all working together in harmony, community. And then guess what? Everything starts to shut down, to break down, because a caterpillar goes into a transformation state. It goes into a cocoon to become something greater. Everyone knows that, except for the cells. They don't know what's going on. So everything they've ever known, everything starts to slow down. So the caterpillar starts moving, and the cells start to freak out because they have consciousness just like us. And the structures are breaking down, and some of the cells start committing suicide, and that's called apoptosis. But there are certain cells that are exactly like the other cells. They're called imaginative cells. They're the ones who hold the vision for something bigger. They're the ones who hold the vision for this beautiful butterfly that the caterpillar is going to morph into. So if it wasn't for those cells, the caterpillar would just die. So we are the imaginative cells, my friends, of this reality right now, of this larger organism. Because right now, guess what? Everything's not beautiful. The old structures are falling away. There's a financial collapse going on. The government is in turmoil. Like lots of crazy things. There's all these environmental shifts and changes, and there's extreme weather. So we're living in a time of extremes right now. But who's going to hold the light? Who's going to hold the vision? Who's going to be the imaginative selves? That's me and you. We're coming together to have the vision of a greater reality, of a greater existence. We're not clinging to the old ways of the past. Oh no, the stock market's falling apart. I don't own stock, so what? So it's the younger generation. It's the people who are like me and like you, the visionaries, the leaders, the new future leaders who are gathering tribes and creating communities. That's why what we're doing is so important, because we're masterminding together. We're creating a community of people to hold the vision of this new world that we're coming into. It really is heaven on earth. So my name is Rob Gegner. You need to join the movement, because like the cells of the caterpillar, we're creating something new and beautiful. We're helping this world change and transform and transition into the new world that so many people are clinging to the past, are clinging to the old structures. And it's time to let go of that, mourn the old ways, move on, and create something new and beautiful, because we are here to experience, we are here to create, and to help the world shift and evolve. So join what we're doing, get involved in what we're doing, because we are literally creating the future. See you later.